Hey guys, it's Blaize. Are you gonna introduce yourself? Okay.
And Blaize's accomplice.
And we are recording this video in my mother's room, where you can now, if I tilt this up, you can see Roman Reigns and a couple of other wrestlers. You can barely see it. I'm using my selfie stick. Alright. And I didn't even notice in my Battle of the Makeups video, which you guys have actually been voting my budget beauty makeup side actually being better than the high end, and I absolutely agree. But I didn't even notice until I watched it that my eyebrow piercing came out, and I had to re-gauge this baby last night, and that was not fun. I forgot how horrible gauging an eyebrow was. It wasn't fun. So the reason I'm in my mom's room is because we are doing an FAQ, a special FAQ and Q&A with Blaize. My mother is going to ask the questions and I'm going to answer them, obviously. Let me try. She's not my mother. Her identity is secret.
Personal assistant.
Her assistant. My assistant. Whatever. Okay, let's get ready. Question number 1 is what?
Okay, question number 1.
Can you count for this? Because I'm bad at counting on YouTube for some reason. I don't know why, I just can't count on YouTube. That sounded like 2 things. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh wait. What? Okay.
She got camera shy for a second. So, okay, go ahead.
Okay. What was your favorite year and why?
What was my favorite year and why? 2007. That's the first year I spent with Corey. And that's when things were better. And I was physically better. I'm not saying I was physically amazing because I wasn't. I was still sick, but physically I was not as sick. I had a lot of joy in my life and I had not yet struck true tragedy. So I was not totally filled with life's horribleness that it did throw at me. So I'm gonna go with 2007.
Yeah, but tell about all the good things that you had.
That's what I'm saying.
Groups that you were.
I was part of a lot of pagan organizations with Corey, which I have spoke about on here. You know, we did absolutely everything. He was the head of paganism in New Jersey, and if you haven't heard the name Corey Hyman and you're a pagan in New Jersey, I don't know where the hell you've been. But we did a whole bunch of stuff. He actually helped me a lot with my anxiety by helping me get out of the house and doing things and going to events, going to colleges, doing speaks, and I was his assistant with everything. And tons of good restaurants, mostly diners. We were diner bums, but everybody is a diner bum in New Jersey. But we lived there. We were there every day. The Manalapan Diner. We were there every single day, and we would bring my mom home matzo ball soup from there.
I love that.
He always would bring her matzo ball soup from there. So I'm gonna go with 2007.
It's a good one.
Great boy. Okay, next question.
Numero do so.
That was 2 bad different languages. Go ahead.
I'm very variable.
She's good at talking.
Yeah,
She can speak good.
I can speak really good well. What advice would you give to a 15-year-old Blaize?
What advice would I give to a 15-year-old me? I would, this is a good one. I would tell a 15-year-old me to start enjoying my life, to not think that my life was so incredibly horrible and miserable, and I would tell myself to stay away from certain people and to listen to my parents more and to listen to the faculty more about staying away from certain people. And I would tell myself to stop worrying so much about the future and live in the then and now, you know, because it's only downhill from here.
No, that's not what you're supposed to say. You're supposed to say to enjoy the present.
That's what I'm saying. I would tell myself to enjoy the then and now instead of worrying about the future, instead of worrying and saying that my life is the most horrible thing and being the typical dramatic teenager, but not typical at the same time, because the typical teenager does not have to deal with everything emotionally I had to deal with. I'm not saying I'm the only one on the planet who ever had to deal with the stuff I had to deal with, because I know I'm not. But then at that time I felt like I was, and like I said, I would tell myself to listen to my parents more, even though, you know, I was a teenager who was like, oh, I mean, my parents are just trying to run my life. Typical teenager thought. But they actually were absolutely right in the end. And to listen to the faculty, even the ones that I hated, because they were right, and I should have stayed away from certain people or a certain person. So that's what I would go back and tell a 15-year-old me. I want to say this and put this out there, because I absolutely do not want to be pitied at all. And this is goddess honest truth. I do not. And I do not want to sound, and if I do sound like I'm trying to make myself seem like I've had the most traumatic life, I have not. I have not had the easiest life, but I'm sure there are people out there who are my age who have had it a lot worse. And I'm sure at that time there were kids, and I knew kids my age who had it a lot worse, because I'm lucky that I had the supportive parents that I did, because a lot of my friends and a lot of kids I knew either didn't have parents, or their parents were not in their lives, or their parents were in their lives and that made it worse for them. So I'm not trying to make it sound like I've had the worst life, because I haven't. I've had bumps, serious bumps in the road, but not the hardest road that there is out there. I just want to make that clear. Okay, with that question, I'm probably going to do an entire separate video, because there's a lot I have to say with that. So I'm going to do an entire separate video at some point soon of what I would tell a 15-year-old Blaize. So that's going to be an entirely different, I will go into more detail in an entirely different video, because there's too much to say. But okay, question number 3, right? I'm doing good? I'm counting? Okay.
Yeah, at number 3, and this is just a fun little question. Of all the different kinds of hair colors that you've had, both done professionally and that you've done yourself, what have been your favorites?
Okay. I have rarely had my hair done professionally when it comes to coloring, but the one color, and I'll insert pictures of all of these. I have 3 of them. One of them was when Salon did, when they put streaks in my hair. I had brown hair, like medium brown golden hair, and blonde streaks that were just perfect and beautiful. The second one would be where I had brown hair up top, and all of this is when I had longer hair. I miss my long hair so much. When I had longer hair and I had like the same kind of golden brown, and then underneath I have people asking on YouTube to enter them. All right, Bella, I'll enter you in just 1 minute. I had underneath lots of beautiful blonde that I did like absolutely perfectly. And the last one would be the one that everybody loves the most, who everybody, my mom's gonna even agree.
My favorite.
When I had my hair blonde, and I did this myself, and I will, like I said, I will insert all these pictures of my favorite hairs, where my hair was blonde and I did just a chunk of my bangs purple. And that was the latest one that I did before my hair went to hell. So those are my 3 favorite hairs that I've had. Okay, next question. And I just want to put in there, the reason I'm talking like this is because I'm still not recovered fully. It is doing a little bit better, but I do not want to take any chances. And so if I talk a little silly, or if you see me with my cheek to the side like that, there's a reason for it. But okay, next question. Thank you.
Okay. I pretty much know the answer to this one, but what is your favorite season?
Everybody knows this. And if you're a new Blaizer, you should know this. My favorite season is fall, autumn, whatever you want to call it. Was it and why? See, like, why was my favorite season?
Of course, yeah.
Okay, I love the cold weather, so I love it when it's beginning to become chilly and crisp in the air. The way it smells is beautiful. I love when the leaves change colors and when they die. I love it when the leaves are dead and they die. I love it when all the bugs die, but usually around that time of year is when they start coming into your house more because they want to live. But I love Halloween time. I love the changing I love just the changing from the disgusting blistering heat to now crispy, cool weather where Halloween's going to be coming up, and then Christmas. I'm like the only person in the world who loves Christmas. Everybody else my age is like, oh, I hate Christmas, I hate it.
What are you talking about? I love Christmas. My favorite time of the year.
Right? Except for Halloween. So that is my favorite season. Yeah. I love the fall or autumn, whatever you want to call it. I just want to put this out there just because I was born a Leo, and I am a Leo to every way you can be a Leo. I even have a tattoo that I've had since 2009, and my father just the other day noticed it there and asked me what it was.
Yeah, he's a clever one.
Had it since 2009.
He's quick.
I live with my father. It's not like I haven't seen him in years. Yeah. But
he notices
I was conceived in the winter. So I was conceived in colder weather. And then I had to be born in the hot, disgusting summer. But at least I was born towards the ending of the summer. So that makes it a little better.
Pregnant all summer long.
Not my fault. Hey, I didn't have sex with him.
Over 9-pound baby over the summer. That was fun.
Hey, at least I was healthy.
Okay. Yeah, that was a great consolation to having a 9-pound baby come out of you.
It wasn't my choice.
Didn't want to come out. That was 10 days.
I didn't ask to be here.
Yeah, and you tried not to be. You were like really like 10 days worth late. And then you still wouldn't come out.
Yeah, Mom, we go through this every day.
Okay.
Okay, next question.
Okay.
Why are you
Fantasy question.
Okay.
If you could be any TV character, who would you be?
I like a couple people for this answer, but I have one. One. Or two. Does it have to be just one?
If it really makes you upset, then yes, you have to pick just one.
Oh, she wants me upset. Okay, good, good. I love my assistant. She is such a loving assistant who gave birth to me. To a 9-pound me.
Switch it up.
Anyway, I was not switched at birth or raised by gypsies or anything she told me when I was a child. Okay, I'm gonna pick one, and then I will say if I couldn't be this one, then I would be her. I would be Jessica Lange's character from American Horror Story Coven, Fiona Good. And if I couldn't be her, I would be Pam from True Blood. They are both my two favorite blondes, and I absolutely adore them both and their characters. And Lady Gaga ain't got shit on Jessica Lange.
Yeah, but I picked them first, and I'm older, so I get to be them.
You pick everybody first because you're older.
Yeah.
All right, last question for this FAQ with Blaize. And
I said faxes. mouth went weird. I didn't say what you said. I said saying. Shut up.
I'm not. Am I saying anything? Am I saying
You're
anything?
thinking things. I hear you. Are you ready for the list?
Last question with FAQ with Blaize and her assistant, because these are different kinds than my regular FAQs when I'm doing them alone. I mean, she just brings out so much more in me. So go ahead, assistant.
Okay. What characteristics of your personality do you feel you have gotten from your mom? And what did you get from that guy I told you was your father?
Ow, 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 ow. We're both pussies when it comes to pain. That's my dad. No. Okay.
Don't say pussies. I mean the P word.
I am going to say, first of all, I get my sense of humor from my mother. Absolutely, because my father barely has one. I get my sense of humor from my mother. I get my intuitiveness from my mother, my intuition, and my sensitivity, which I've talked about in my Am I Psychic video. I get all of that from my mother. I get my free spirit from my mother and free thinking from my mother. I get obviously my intelligence from my mother. Obviously, it's very obvious. From my father,
Brown eyes.
I was gonna say I have traits of my father. Me and my father both have brown eyes. Me and my father are both left-handed, which makes us more likely to be serial killers.
And also artistic.
Okay, but I didn't get my artistic ways from either of my parents. That's just...
Your father's a jeweler.
He's a jeweler, but not... Yeah.
They did used to create...
They can see me mouthing shut up to you.
They can't see me doing other things.
I can make them see you.
Signals to
I can make them see you if you want.
And then I break your camera, and they see nothing else ever again.
I don't... Yeah, I think I get my violence from my mother.
I am so not violent, my God.
If any of my aunts who were raised with my mother
Shut
are
up.
watching this, please back me up on that one.
That's so not true. I took such good care of those
I know.
little brats. I mean, lovely, loving sisters that I love.
Anyway, I really don't think, I honestly, and I'm not saying this just to be funny, I really do not think I have any personality traits as my father. Maybe I used to by letting people walk, with the thing where letting people walk all over you and not standing up for yourself. That I got from my father, but I'm not like that anymore. I'm more like my mother in that aspect now. But I really don't think I got any other traits from my father other than physical. I know I look like a younger version of his mother, my grandmother, Myrna, but I really have nothing in common with my father. I really don't think I've really gotten anything from my father. Okay, so believe it or not, that was only 6 questions. Wait, was it? That's what I said. 6. I can count, I swear.
Right, but I wrote down 7.
Okay, so this was FAQ part 3 with Blaize and her assistant. I want to thank my lovely assistant for reading the questions and even answering some of the questions because I knew she would. And she likes to throw in her 50 cents. I said don't talk when I do this part.
Yeah, but I want to talk when I want to talk.
Don't forget to like me on Facebook, facebook.com/itsblaize. We do all the talk and communication on there. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, its.blaize. I'll leave all my information here and in the description box below. Don't forget we still have tons of free giveaways and contests and raffles and everything going on with free gifts and everything. My mother's writing down something because she doesn't want to say it out loud, so she's probably reminding me to say something. What are you reminding me to say? You wrote the wrong there, Ma.
Oh, I wrote it fast. Geniuses can't spell, you know.
If you have any more questions for me, or for both of me and my assistant, leave it in the comments or contact me in any way you would like, and we will do that for next time. And if you like this video, let's try to get this video to 7 thumbs up. Let's hear it from my assistant here, who just enjoys being in my videos. And until next time, stay wicked. Mwah. I love you all. You want to say something to sign off?
I don't want to say anything, no.
Now she wants to say nothing. Now you want to say nothing.
Well, you told me not to talk.
Like that's ever worked. Okay, guys. Stay wicked. Love you.